Oh, yeah, it's Paul the Pipe Guy here. Yep. And it is the 7th of April, 2025. Yeah. I erased the last video because there's content in there that, uh, you know, I didn't like. So, anyways, grab your favorite pipe, grab your favorite blend, and let's have a smoke together, yeah? Got some Ahab's Comfort and this Sterling Hall pipe that one of my friends gifted me. It's beautiful, yeah? So, as you know, my landlord, who is my friend, he's a good guy. Gave me 60 days notice to move out. Somehow, one of his daughter's friends saw my Saturday night video on Please Pray for Paul the Pipe Guy, and he saw it, and she sent it to him. And he's like, hey, man, saw the video you made. And I was like, well, you asked me to leave. And, so I did a video on it asking people to pray for me. And he's like, well, I didn't like some of the comments. And I was like, well, they're my subscribers, Thinking to myself, you got to take it up with them. So when you are trusting in the Lord and you have a position in your life that you feel is impossible, you can't just sit still. You have to react. You have to act. And so I called my buddy up who's a banker, and he got me pre-approved for a mortgage loan. I've got good credit and so forth. And so I'm going to go look at a house tomorrow that I really, really want. I called the realtor, and he's like, look, this is a different kind of deal. This is okay. He says it's called a delayed offer program or something like that. I said, all right, well, tell me about it. He says, well, everyone that looks at the house, they're going to make an offer. And they can't make an offer until the 15th of April. Then they'll all make offers, and the highest bidder wins. Well, I am a seller's best choice. I'm pre-approved. I don't have to sell a house. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to rock and roll, okay? I got a pre-approval letter. So the guy said, here's how it works. The asking price is $119,900. I was like, yeah, my wife was wondering why it was so cheap. And he said, well, here's how it works. So on the 15th, we'll take all of the offers, and the highest bidder wins. We said, okay. So he says, what you do, I says, look, man, I really, really want this house. I've looked at all the pictures. I'm going to go look at it tomorrow in person. Really want this house. It's in the village of Brockport. It's gorgeous. The house is beautiful. He says, here's how it works. You can make a full price offer of $119,900, but you ain't going to get the house for that. He says, reasonably, He says it's probably going to sell between 130 and 135,000. So what you do is you put your highest bid in, but then we put a contingency in there where you put your highest bid in, but you're only going to pay $1,000 more than the next highest bidder. So this is fine. We'll throw a bid in at $145,000. He says, that'll get you the house. He says, if somebody puts a bid in, the next highest bid is $125,000. He says, you'll get it for $126,000. And that's the way it rolls. And that's fine. You know, I had 2 daughters that bought houses that, you know, the housing market is crazy here in New York State. And so at $119,000, this house is very much undervalued under that. So I'm going to put in an offer of $145,000. Or $1,000 higher than the next highest bidder. And it's all going to be up to God. You know, that's just the way it's going to be. And then I'll have to go through the full approval process with my buddy who's a mortgage broker. And we'll, you know, go from there. And if it takes longer than 60 days, my landlord's he's going to have to understand. These things don't just happen overnight. And I don't want to rent another house. I don't want to have to answer to anybody but the bank. And the bank is going to be happy as long as I write that $1,300 a month check out every month and send it to them and pay the mortgage. So, I don't know who's watching my channel that knows my landlord's daughter and sent the video, Saturday night's video, to him. He wasn't very pleased about it. And I asked him, I says, you want me to erase it? He's like, no, don't worry about it. He says, I just don't want this to break up our friendship. And I said, no, man, it's just business. The guy's a good guy, all right? But I don't know, where he's coming from as far as asking me to leave. Maybe he thinks he can get a lot more for the rent. I don't know, But that's his business. He gave me fair warning, and that's the way it rolls, man. So I'm just being a man, a grown-ass man. I'm not reacting, but I am acting. I'm just, And he has a great daughter, He has a daughter that anyone would be so proud of, man. She's going to SUNY Brockport. She's a great young lady. I've known her since she was like 9. That's when I moved in here, So it's going to be all good. God is in control. And even though you feel that things are out of control, just take a deep breath and never panic. Don't ever panic. Just rely on the Lord, move forward, and life will turn out okay, So I assured my friend that, and landlord, I was like, look, man, this ain't going to break up our friendship. You have a reason why you need me to leave, and I respect that. And I'll do that. And I'm sure if it goes from 60 days to 90 days, I'm sure if he sees progress, all right, he's going to understand. He's going to have to understand. We can't just wave a magic wand and bloop, my mortgage is approved and I'm all signed up and it's only 60 days. Yeah, I'm all moved out. Yeah. So I wish him well. There's a few idiosyncrasies about this house that I'm going to have to share with him before I leave because, the house is built in 67. So there's some things that are just not right. It's quirky, all right? So, I don't want the next tenant to come in. I mean, I'm not a piece of garbage. I'm not like trash, all right? And he's treated me well, very well. I owe him $2 million in counseling. If you're watching this, James, yeah, I'll pay you, What? There's some things that are going to have to be done to this house. Otherwise, it could cause severe damage. There's just things that I see. I've owned 2 houses, okay? And I put a Band-Aid on them, all right? So, but I don't want to leave that guy hanging. I don't want, him to get a new tenant and he doesn't know about these things. And then all of a sudden, he's got, thousands of dollars worth of damage or whatever. So I got to share that with him. But, I'm not going to now because, I don't know, right now is my time to focus on getting a home. And, it's funny, about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, the Lord put it on my heart. Start saving for a house. And my original idea was, I'll build one. It'll be on 10 acres of land. I'll have a wood-burning stove. Well, you don't always get exactly what you want. And you know what, though? Being in the village of Brockport and in this house, I hope I get it. Maybe the Lord has another house in mind for me. I don't know. But I'm hoping it's going to be this one. It was the first one I saw. It was the first. I said, Lord, help me find a home. And that was the first one that popped up. So I don't know. I don't know what God's plan is, but I know his plan is going to be perfect for me. It's going to be. And yeah, cheers. But I do know that everything's going to be okay. I mean, after I was told Saturday I got 60 days to move, I was like sick to my stomach. All day Sunday, just sick to my stomach. Just like, oh man, what am I going to do? I got my wife looking for houses, my daughter looking for houses, my friend Faith around the corner looking for. I got a bunch of people looking for houses, And then I find this one. Yeah. I don't know if it's the right one. I don't know. It'd be nice if it was. It'd be nice if it was just like, go look at the house tomorrow, put my offer in, and it's accepted, my loan's approved, and I just move out and move on down the road. Yeah. I'll have my landlord over for a nice dinner. I don't hold anything against him for what he feels he needs to do with the place I'm living with. It's his home, you know. And it would be easy to be bitter. It would be easy to be angry. But those are all distractions, okay? And, you know, I told some of my friends, but I didn't complain. And I'm just staying focused like a sharp-edged knife on what I need to do. And that's to buy a house. I gotta take a piss real bad. I'll be back in a nanosecond. Oh yeah, so we're gonna graduate to a cigarette. So I thought it was kind of funny. He knocked on the door here a little bit ago and came in, and I smoke in the house, obviously. So he lit up a cigarette and he's like, "Hey man, somebody saw your video and they forwarded it to my daughter from Saturday night." It's like, okay. And he says, "Man, I'm not too happy that you like shared information about my dad." He says, "Look, man, I didn't say anybody's name or anything. If you want me to erase the video, I'll erase it right now." He's like, "No, it's okay." I didn't realize I was so famous that my landlord's daughter would like see my video from Saturday night where I was heartbroken. But it's all good, you know. And so we'll see. It's all gonna work out for the best. What I'm gonna have next, it's gonna be better than what I have now, because that's what God wants. You know, and what we have here, we have two things going on. We have a friendship. I consider him a very good friend. He's gotten me through a lot of shit in the past. And we tease each other that I owe him $2 million in counseling fees, all right? And I do, you know. But we also have a business agreement here, too. You know, I'm renting from him. And so it's okay. You know, it's just all going to work out. Yeah. I can't figure out how somebody would see my video and send it to his daughter, though. That behooves me. It's like, I didn't think I was that famous. You know, I don't know. But it is what it is. I didn't say anything bad about him. The only thing I said was that he came up with some bullshit explanation, which, you know, it doesn't matter. Whatever, he doesn't need to explain himself. He just wants to get done what needs to get done, you know, and that's the way it goes. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. Over and out.